What if I told you that there was once a massive empire, bigger than Rome, bigger than Mongolia, that ruled most of the known world? An empire so powerful, so advanced, that someone decided to erase it completely from history. No textbooks mention it, no school teaches it, but the evidence is hiding in plain sight. This is the story of Tartaria, the empire they didn't want you to know about. On maps from the 1500s, the 1600s, and the 1700s, you can clearly see a massive territory labeled Tartaria, or Grand Tartary. It stretched from Eastern Europe all the way to the Pacific Ocean, covering modern-day Russia, China, Central Asia, and even parts of North America. European cartographers, the most respected mapmakers of their time, all agreed. Tartaria was real. So what happened? Why did it suddenly disappear? In 1570, famous cartographer Abraham Ortelius published his World Atlas. Tartaria was clearly marked, a vast, organized empire with cities, trade routes, and borders. In 1644, Willem Blau's maps showed the same thing. Even as late as 1814, Tartaria still appeared on maps. But then, after the mid-1800s, it was gone, completely wiped, replaced by the Russian Empire and other nations. No war was recorded, no collapse was documented. It simply ceased to exist in the history books. Now here is where it gets truly shocking. Look around any major city in the world, London, Paris, New York, Moscow. You will find massive, incredibly detailed buildings, supposedly built in the 1700s and 1800s. But ask yourself, how did people without modern machinery build structures this massive, this perfect? Researchers believe these buildings were not built by modern humans at all.
They were inherited, left behind by the Tartarian civilization. A civilization that had advanced technology we still don't fully understand. Star forts, cathedrals, grand palaces, all built with the same distinctive style, across continents, separated by thousands of miles. How is that possible, unless they were all part of one empire? Some researchers go even further. They believe Tartaria didn't just have impressive architecture. They had free energy technology. Look at old buildings. They all have spires, domes, and towers on top. We are told these were just decorations. But Nikola Tesla, the genius inventor, designed towers that could transmit electricity wirelessly through the air. What if those spires weren't decoration? What if they were energy receivers, powering entire cities for free? And what if someone destroyed this empire, specifically to bury that technology, to keep the world dependent on oil, gas, and electricity bills forever? Here is the piece of evidence that shocks people the most. All around the world, in old cities, you will notice something strange. Buildings where the ground floor windows are underground, doors that open into dirt, entire floors completely buried beneath the earth. Official explanation? The ground level simply rose over time. But researchers call this the mud flood, a catastrophic event sometime in the 1800s that buried an entire civilization under layers of mud, wiping out millions of people and giving the surviving power elite a blank slate to rewrite history, to replace Tartaria with the world we know today. Between 1854 and 1929, over 200,000 orphan children were transported across America on what were called orphan trains. Official history says these were homeless street children being
relocated to better homes. But researchers ask, where did 200,000 orphans suddenly come from? What happened to their parents? Could these be the survivors of the mud flood? Children who lost everything,
when Tartaria fell? Tartaria, free energy. The mud flood? 200,000 orphans. Coincidence? Or the biggest cover-up in human history? The maps existed. The buildings still stand. The buried floors are real. Someone rewrote history. The only question is, why? If this video made you think, smash that like button right now. Share this video with someone who deserves to know the truth. Subscribe to Parda Raaz, because we go where others are afraid to look. And drop your theory in the comments below. Do you believe Tartaria was real? Was history deliberately erased? Or is this the greatest coincidence in human history? The truth is buried, but it can never stay hidden forever.